Anybody that's familiar with military understands that term.
Yeah.
Anyways. So, I know some of you watch The Lord of the Nights. This is actually their deep topic article. I had begged Scribbles to give it to me and shut me up. Scribbles gave it to me. That could sound wrong out of context. Anyways, moving on. So the only reason I had him give me this article, and I'm going to read it again here, is actually because I wanted to hear your guys' take on this, mostly Burnsides and Sweepers.
All right.
So,
my sincerest apologies. Work called for a good couple minutes there, so I was away for a little while.
Understand.
So, and then the second article was given to me by Stan Gwain, which lines up with the first article.
Okay.
You ready?
Yep, bring on the cancer.
All right, let's see it.
What decent... This is from CNN, may I add. Okay?
Oh, God, so it's definitely cancer.
What decent
You're paying
men
for the
can...
chemo.
What decent men can do in response to #MeToo.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Hashtag blow my damn brains out on their desk.
Exactly.
I guess these decent men are going to be directed to stay silent and know your place.
On Sunday,
See, that's why I reject all the whole ally concept, is because it implies, in their language, it implies that you're lesser.
Yeah, especially considering so many anti-Gamergate feminist allies have ran afoul of the law. We're over half a dozen now.
And counting, and that's just the ones that have specifically been identified as such.
Yeah.
On Sunday, the internet was suddenly flooded with the #MeToo as women of all ages and backgrounds started strictly painful stories of their sexual assaults and harassments. And among those posts, I heard my male friends, good, decent men, asking, how can I help? The next day, I wrote an essay on Facebook to answer these decent men. By Friday, it been nearly shared nearly 70,000 times. Here is a summary to my essay, which describes concrete ways that men, in fact, people of any gender, can help improve the climate for those women around them.
By any, you mean both?
Number
All
one.
All two of them.
Yeah, basically.
Number one, practice this phrase. That's not cool. Say it to other men who are saying disrespectful things to or about women.
Boo. That sounds dumb.
So in other words...
Let me try to pronounce that. Top keck. Did I get it right?
So in other words, be part of the collective. Police everybody else.
Obey Mao Zedong. Make sure you ostracize everybody that disagree with great grand communism of grand vagina.
You have to follow everything in the little pink book.
Now, here's one I'm expecting my lovely dear Steven to go, what the fuck.
All right.
Number two, read and follow feminist writers. I like, I'm not saying that name, Lindsay West and Roxane Gay. There are so many others. Follow a few. Even if you find a topic exhausting or too angry, try to put aside these discomforts and keep reading the article anyways. And that discomfort is a sign of your privilege, and you need to be able to ignore it in a system that benefits some while it causes harm to others.
Please see, she didn't mention Christina Hoff Sommers.
I was going to say, Based Mom was not on the list.
No.
Yeah. I'm not subscribing to any feminist crap, and my sheer existence and life experience can destroy their entire paradigm.
No,
Hell
thank
yeah.
I
you.
hope so. That's a battle I want to see. You would get them all inside the dumpster and off the cliff.
Oh, hell yeah. And you know what
But
the
you
best
can
part
see
is?
why I was expecting Steven to go, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Fuck it to death with 3 condoms on.
You know, having more than one condom on defeats the purpose of wearing said condom, right?
I'm planning
I
on
think
it
that's
breaking,
his
having
point.
pull it out,
Says the
take the
person with
condom off,
Fiji
put another
glasses.
condom on, and then have that break, and then pull it out, take that one off, and put the third one on, and then finally not have the third one break. Because you know they're abrasive everywhere, from their vaginal glands to their eye sockets to their eyeballs to their a-holes. They're
I'm
more
pretty sure you
abrasive than
intend for
snake.
the outermost one to be made of sandpaper, right?
Yeah.
Number 3, signal boost female voices. If you're sharing an article about a social issue, especially a sexism issue, find one written by a woman. Behind those with other groups, boost articles about race by IPOC writers, Indigenous, Black, and people of color, and articles that disability by writers with disabilities. A great rule of thumb when seeking commentary is the classic revolution slang, nothing but us without us.
Idpak Shakur died for our sins.
Yeah, you kind of stole my thunder there, man. You beat me.
Clearly, you've never made an omelet.
No.
You beat me by that much.
Yeah, that was pretty good, man.
You can start calling me Ultron from now on.
Ultron.
Uh,
God.
4. Amplify women's voices at work. If a woman if a woman contributes are dismissed, interrupted, or claimed by others, speak up. That's what Monique said. Hey, that's what Sakura has said. Why does these people have black names?
Because we was queens. Oh,
Yeah.
niggity, fizzity. No, rig.
For
Something
shizzle my
simple
nizzle.
I'm too white to understand because I don't buy into that bullshit.
Yeah,
Hey,
I am
Sweeper.
very uninterested in their opinions if they can't get themselves heard.
Hey, Sweeper.
Yeah, I mean,
What up?
How often am I interrupted throughout our stream?
No more than anyone else.
Exactly.
How often has my idea stolen? You think a feminist would have a heart attack from all of this?
Oh yeah, I bet.
That's the goal, right?
Yeah. We would only be so lucky.
The more strokes we cause across the feminist landscape, the better.
Yes.
So
Yeah, we want people on this stream stroking for a full 2 hours.
treating me like I am a third-rate wave citizen would be the best way to beat SJWs at their game?
Yeah, don't get involved with the progressive stack stuff. You will always lose because they will always come up with something more obscure and more victim pointy.
I'm not saying you guys treat me like a third-grade citizen, but I'm just saying in their eyes, that'll be our way of beating them.
Or are we
Well, they'd only
mansplaining?
see it because you're not up making us sandwiches.
Exactly.
Yeah. You'd have to
Well,
make all
I'm
the
not on the East Coast, so
I don't know.
And they wouldn't be very fresh by the time they got up here, so.
Please continue reading so we can continue mansplaining you.
Yes, I'm gonna man spread while you do this too.
Exactly.
Man, spread the testes.
oh my god.
And I will culturally appropriate somebody.
Yeah.
Oh god.
I would
Number
if there's anybody
5.
around.
Be mindful of how you introduce women. I already could see right now that 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 7 out of the 10 of us has probably gone against what this is. Anyways, particularly at work functions at a medical conference, women introduce male doctors as doctor 95% of the time, but men introduce female doctors as doctor only 49% of the time, which unfairly downplays the woman's equalism to them. Don't mention appearances when introducing female colleagues. This is the lovely Janet. Instead of making a part of introducing women and others from the magazine groups and recognize young looking and disability and etc., but using their full job titles and accessories. This is Professor May Campbell or department head.
So in other
Well,
words,
this
we
tells-
shouldn't.
All this
We
tells
should-
me is that progressives give a shit about their alphabet soup and nobody else does.
The thing is, I have to agree with Scribbles on this. I've called, how many times have I called you, Sweeper, 6, the lovely, sweet, or so forth, and when introducing you guys on my channel. It's
Yeah.
just a show of affection. Or
Yeah.
I'll say,
Yeah.
or I'll do something like this. Steven, I love you. Can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
It's just a sign of familiarity. It's like
Exactly.
when you refer to people by their first names.
Yes.
Instead of last names, because you have a nice friendship relationship thing with them. It's like these women don't want anybody to get along. They just want everyone to be an asshole to each other.
Well, it's a divide and conquer. That's
See,
it's a social strategy there.
Yup.
See, I feel like it demonstrates the more different reasons why the people are there, as opposed to, it shows that the women they're polling care more about that they're doctors than that they're people.
Agreed.
And the men are there because they're there among peers and don't feel the need for the pomposity of titles.
Right.
Uh-huh.
What I would like to see is there a breakdown of how the men introduced each other and how the women introduced each other as a comparison to just how they introduced the opposite sex. I'm
This
willing
is
to bet
Dave.
that
He's
the
short
men
and
would
has
say,
big
"Hi, this is
hands."
Dave, and he's short and he has his big hands," which is really odd for an obstetrician. Or hey, this is Dr. Smith. He happens to be from this school and does this stuff. That's not how men introduce themselves, no matter where they are.
Another thing, I have
true.
to agree with SCA on this point. How did they come up with that study? That study literally is like almost impossible. You would have to put a mic on doctors, and the sad thing is that goes against HIPAA.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah,
against
true.
HIPAA.
So how is this study conducted? I want to know
Well,
that.
actually, no, it wouldn't go against HIPAA at a conference because it wouldn't be talking about patient data.
True.
Ah, the loophole.
Indeed.
I think what they did is they went to all these random low-grade medical facilities and crammed the pink Maoism down their throat and said, "You will obey or lose job. You will obey now." And then they got, a random weird pink-looking AK-47 with a drum mag and started poking them with it.
And then
So
they walk off
number
with all the
6
lollipops.
piggybacks off of number 5. Just to let you guys know. Don't call her sweetie. With colleagues and strangers as well as friends, avoiding discriminating nicknames like hun, babe, darling girl, young lady, or kiddo. It's condescending to use pet names at work. Using preferred names shows disrespect. So in general, don't call her that.
Thank God they didn't list sugar tits.
Exactly.
I hate to admit to this. I hate to admit to this. I really do. And now that I'm admitting this on air, there's going to be fucking record of me admitting to this. If you guys stop calling me my nicknames, I'm going to start asking questions.
The other one thing,
Well,
I
you'll
think
notice that we were not very nicknamey with a certain person that we no longer have on our stream. So
This is
Indeed.
true.
Communist.
And the thing is all of you, all the 4 of you that's on here has more nicknames for me than other people that I talk to.
well, that's because we have no filter.
That's
Exactly.
true.
That does factor in. I mean, this is basically the most unfiltered stream that we could manage to get together. So
Well, I don't think I have a nickname for you, but I could come up with one.
Well, you've piggybacked off of Monkey's nickname for me.
Oh, that's right, Scribblina.
That is the one that someone else came up with. Peterbilt came up with. But you've piggybacked off of Salvi and Syl. Still's the one that Bear gave me. Salvi's the one that Monkey gave me, and you piggyback off of both of those.
And I call you Dribble Tits.
Yeah, that's what I call as well.
yeah, that's the one I like, but
Yeah,
I'm
that's
not good
all
about
you
nicknames.
call-
So
Called me Scribble Ticks. You've also called me that one. Like, seriously, you guys give me freaking nicknames. It's to the point that every day I'm questioning what you guys are calling me.
Yeah,
you know, to be fair, when I was in Fire Academy, and most of you probably have had some experience where you've had a similar thing told to you.
Scribblina,
I was
Scribble
always
Tits.
told that when I get to the fire station, if they're not messing with me, then they don't like me and there's something wrong.
Agreed.
Exactly.
And that's why I
And-
said, if you guys stop doing this, I'm gonna start questioning shit. And
Yeah.
Sweeper has other nicknames that's between me and him and for personal friends. And if you stopped calling me those and those our conversations after, I'm gonna have questions with you too and start worrying if something's wrong.
I bet.
yeah. Okay.
Now to number 7.
Oh shit.
Oh fuck.
Oh
So
God.
here's a question.
Really that bad,
How
isn't it?
much into my life do you guys really want to know?
Doesn't bother me, but I don't want to know anything you don't want us to know. I mean, that's just common respect.
Everything's on the internet.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys heard me. I'll fucking
Yeah.
flash my tits for money. So
You're not a bank robber, are you?
I'm too innocent for that. I can't lie. Anyways, during sex, seeking enthusiastic consent.
No,
If you-
screw that. Not doing it. I'm going to ask if they want to do it, and if they want to do it, we're doing it. I'm not going to sit there like some Victorian cuck and go, "Oh, madam, may I place my proverbial fob in your fun goggle ball?" Everyone likes to fall into the Victorian era. Nah, screw that.
Peterbilt
1900s
Nation
was the
said, "I'll
best
call
era.
you hot boobs," but that might in trouble for that one. Okay, and where is Peterbilt's wrench?
I have no idea what's going on with wrenches right now. I dropped back into my account the other day when I was taking hammers off, and it was down to 3, and I don't know how.
My other account doesn't have its wrench. I know you gave it to me before, just like 6 just recently gave me.
Yeah, it was like you,
Cryptic?
me. It was like you, Weibo, and 6 that had them, and I don't know where the rest disappeared to. But I was in a hurry, and I didn't have time to add them back in. I haven't done it yet.
Yeah, Cryptic and Peterbilt's missing theirs. I just realized that. Anyways, if your partner hesitates, really hesitates, hey, come back here. Stop it! God damn it. My mouse has caused the article to freak out.
Yeah, I figure if you're not able to do some non-verbal communication in this context, you are not together enough to be engaging in those activities to begin with.
Mhm.
I agree. They are really crossing a line with this stupid crap. They don't want you to call him buddy or honey or any adorable little pet nickname friendship thing. They want you to acknowledge them by their long ass stupid degree and all the other crap attached to it. And when you're trying to bone them, they don't want you to use harsh language and affection. If I want to fuck
This is how you get
nuts.
Nazis and MGTOWs.
Exactly.
Speaking of long, obnoxious names, I'm pretty sure 6 can vouch for this. I don't know if Sweeper was in chat when this happened, but Monkey actually said Sylvanas Darkangel, and the first thing I did was freak out because he actually used my first screen name, and that's never happened.
That's when you use it when you're introducing someone as a guest. That's like the one time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Even Bear refuses to do that because Bear refuses to, Scribble refuses to, it's because they see me as a friend and not a colleague or something like that. And it's understandable. It's once somebody that's never done it, like Monkey, and gave me like 3 different freaking nicknames, and then ends up using my full screen name, my full YouTube name, and it's like, wait a minute, did I do something? You know?
Yeah, I get that feeling too.
Anyways,
Whenever
they call me sugar tits, that's what they all call me.
We don't have a good nickname for plane. We sometimes say it.
playing so many different nicknames throughout the streams that it's not even funny.
And all recognizable too.
Uh-huh.
You know exactly who she's talking about when she says them.
The best I can come up with you, buddy, is Carpet Bomber.
I've had that one before, and I don't object by all means.
And I've called him Mr. Late before.
Well, let's call him Carpet.
No, let's not, please.
Carpet. No, just kidding.
Anyways, if your partner hesitates, stop reacting, avoids eye contact, becomes quiet, tense, or freezes, or otherwise slows the tempo of the sex encounter, when you should stop whatever you're doing right then and there.
Because everybody knows that sex should resemble a workplace training video.
Does this mean that if you're having it, if you're going at it from behind, you have to use FaceTime?
Or you can use the Cubs game.
And we're about to have another stream rated XXX. Awesome.
Maybe she's just not into you. Maybe she's into big Blackhawks.
Nice. I was hoping that was coming around the corner.
Yeah,
Right?
it was necessary.
No, that's the elevator.
Nice goal shot. Straight in the you know what I'm going after.
Revise your idea of consent. The old model is essentially go for it unless she yells stop. But having a history of trauma, like saying a #MeToo story, can actually cause people to freeze up in response and stress. This makes it difficult for them to say no, even when they want to stop. So keep in mind that no means no, and freeze, silent, and look away also means no. Okay, I'm stopping number 5 right there.
We just don't have sex with these insane feminists and just throw dildos at them from a truck.
Okay, now
I just dropped a
here's a
thing in our a quick news thing for later in our Discord if anyone wants to present it later.
It's
about Texas. Go ahead, Sylvia.
The thing is, I have been sexually assaulted. I have been raped, molested, and so forth. With me, when it comes to sexual stuff, I'd rather somebody grab my hair and just keep going and do not say a fucking word. The way they're asking is that, can I take off your shirt? Can I do this? Can I do that?
Exactly. It's that Victorian bull crap. I hate that stuff. And
I don't make sounds. I avoid eye contact at all costs because it's just me. I feel awkward when we're staring. It's like I should say something. I should do something. This is weird. It's like I'm on display. I avoid eye contact. I avoid eye contact on a normal basis. It's the reason why me and Sweeper hasn't really done any Skypes or anything like that, because I avoid eye contact. It's just me.
Oh, you would not like me. I love eye contact. Whenever I'm doing something, it's got to be eye contact. Unless I'm with an Asian, then that's technically insulting, so I avoid.
I do eye contact when it's serious conversations like what I'm having right now. I'll do eye contact. But if it's something that's not serious, I'm kind of one of those that eyes wander. But I'm paying attention.
My eyes wander too.
This whole thing is bullshit, and it ruins the mood. This shit ruins the mood.
That's their goal. They're trying to make it so there's less kids born. They're trying to pave the way for, goat raping, Mohammedans to come in and ruin the West.
Number 8. don't use gendered or misogynic insults. Words like bitch, cunt, or slut only target women. No, they don't. How many times, Sweeper? How many times have I called you a bitch?
How many times has Bearing called men cunts?
Yeah.
Hey, Plain. How many times have I called you a slut?
I lost count.
Hey, Burnside. How many times have I called you a cunt?
I lost him.
Burnside, you whore. Where are you at?
God damn it, cunt! So if those words were only targeted at women, does that mean all three of you are now women?
Riley Dennis would say so.
Yeah.
Sissy, fairy, and cock. I don't think you realize what cock means, but okay. Determine feminine traits are less or weak and undesirable in men. I've called all of you feminine or some sort, but I've never referred to a feminine trait being weak. Ever.
I've never seen it in that context. I've more seen it in context of making fun of a stereotype openly, as
Agreed.
making fun of the stereotype. You know, if anything, when people say, you know, oh well, you know, to use the universal example, oh, you run or throw like a girl. I've watched women's softball. You know, we're making fun. If people say it, they're making fun of the stereotype. You know, the caricature.
Yeah.
They're not making fun of actual women. People are perfectly aware that women can do these things.
For example, I love you, Steve. I love you. Cereal's not fucking soup.
Oh, it's soup.
How many times? Soup, dude. How many times has that argument between me and you gotten really deep and serious, where names were dropped?
Yeah. But still doesn't negate the fact that it's soup. Cereal is soup.
No, it's not.
Yes, cereal's totally a soup.
Yeah, see, I got the plate on my side, so I win.
You two are wrong. That's all.
See,
hamburger helper soup.
I guess that depends on how badly you prepare it, which is not really. Preparing it well is not a really option because it's still hamburger helper. But.
Number 9, free kids from ridding gender roles. For boys and young men can role model in activities and traits traditional codes as feminine are valued and challenged and dispute ideas around what counts as girly stuff. Delighted in stories amongst feminine characters. Give a toddler a baby doll and praise his gentleness, race techniques as the little girl. Give kids tools and confidence to challenge. Okay, I will give the baby doll one a go. There has actually been scientific evidence that proves a man, when a boy playing with a baby doll, will grow up and be a good father. There is scientific evidence of this, and it's very obvious. I mean, Sweeper, he's seen pictures of my kids. He can vouch for this. My kids don't go with gender roles. My daughter, she'll wear a skirt, but she's wearing also like Captain America shirt or a Power Rangers shirt, while my little boy dresses in pants and has a girly jacket and My Little Pony. Gender rules don't exist in this house, but I know where they're going with this argument.
Oh boy. You know what? This is why I hate feminism and communism and all that bullcrap, because it wants to make everything not fun. Even sex and raising children and regular shit. They're like, no, everything must be Mao Zedong. Everything must be Mao Zedong or die. Because we have control issues and want to be violated by a million tentacle raping dildos or something.
Well, that's why Asian makes so much money off of hentai.
Yep.
Tentacle porn!
Comments approved, boys.
Who's the biggest market for that, men or women? Considering
Christ.
50 Shades of Grey, I mean, it'd be a pretty easy sell to say that it's women.
I go
Oh,
to
yeah.
a lot of men when I'm trying to find a hentai I like, but that's because I don't really know any other female other than me that watches hentai. Granted,
I know.
hentai has a fucking amazing storylines half the time.
Yeah, there's been a couple weird ones that actually, if they weren't porn, would actually make a great regular manga. And that's
I
the
know,
interesting-
right?
Yeah, it's like, if this wasn't sex, this would probably be a great storyline.
Number 10, focus on little girls' look. Don't focus on little girls' looks. That sounds a little pedo-berry-ish.
Yeah,
That sounds a lot pedo-bearish.
exactly.
Many people
I think you have to
first,
register just for saying that.
Yeah, I
Exactly.
agree.
many people first interactions with a young girl is to compliment her cuteness, prettiness, or clothing. Stop you right there, CNN. I go a lot of places with just my daughter, and the first thing people look at her is they look and say, "You have beautiful eyes," and it's not just to compliment her or anything. My daughter has the Alexandra genetic mutation. Her eyes are fucking purple.
Whoa.
Nice.
That's
Oh, shit.
cool.
Yeah. That's badass.
That is
I think
way cool.
Sweeper's seen one of the pictures that shows her eyes being purple.
Yeah, that's
They're-
right. Yeah.
They're purple. They're not blue. They're straight up purple.
I'll bet the
May I
driver's
see
license
some
office will have a
That's
field day with
actually
that.
damn neat.
And that's the first thing they say is her eyes are beautiful, because how often do you see purple eyes?
I don't.
Yeah.
I believe the first time Sweeper saw her eyes, he asked me if those were photoshopped.
Yeah.
That's fucking cool shit, man.
And any boys nearby that's beauty is their most interest trait. The first thing people see when they see my son is his hair. It's bright fucking red. And the
Yeah,
only
of course.
reason they do that is, oh my god, it's a rare thing. Yeah, my kids are fucking monsters. I'll admit it. I'm
they are
reporting
yours.
to Jordan in chat. Unless it's more or less your kids are fucking monsters. Yeah, mine are.
Awesome. You have
I have a
monsters
dog
too.
that way.
Instead, use things like, what kind of toy is that? What subject do you like in school? What's your favorite animal? Hey, what are you reading? Actually, right after people get over the fact my kids' hair is actually bright red and that's not dyed. My daughter's eyes are actually purple and those are not contacts or anything. That's the first thing they go to, is they start talking about the toy they're carrying or the book she's reading. I say she because my daughter is a fucking bookworm. Sweeper can verify this. You can't get a book away from her.
Cool.
I think I was on the phone with Sweeper one time trying to fight my daughter over dropping a book
Yeah.
because it was time to eat. Oh,
You'll have to get your kid 1984.
hey, Bad Mouse, you went too far. Go back up. Not that far up. Get a number 11. Give extra space after dark. I remember this one. I swear to God, if anybody does this, that they're going to die. Anyways, if a woman is walking alone at night or in a secluded area, please recognize she's probably nervous. So if you're walking behind her, slow down and increase the distance between you. Or you can, if you want to pass, cross the street before speeding up. It is a small courtesy that will make many women feel safer. Bullshit!
Absolute bullshit. And
I
if
guess
anything, it's
I
gonna get the
still
woman
have this
Oahu
freaking
rape
cold.
card.
Bullshit. Bullshit.
See, that sounds like it would make her even more leery of your extra attention to her presence.
Oh yeah. I mean, if a woman walks by and you all just part the sea of man, she's gonna wonder, okay, what the hell's going on?
Yeah,
And
what's
then
he
out
up
of
to, and
nowhere-
what should I be afraid of right now?
Yeah, exactly. The next thing that's gonna go through her head is Oahu rape bar.
Yeah,
Sweeper.
or is he avoiding something that's a threat to me? She's gonna start looking around trying to figure out who on this side, that side's gonna attack her.
I'm gonna prove your guys'
Yeah.
point. Hold up.
What's that?
Sweeper, remember
What
that
up?
night that I called you when I was walking?
Yeah.
Was it because the guy decided to slow down and kind of look creepy?
Yeah.
So therefore, I needed to be on the phone with someone to feel safe. Because somebody decided to slow down and put distance between, right?
Yeah.
See? I proved your guys' point.
I don't want to look rapey when I'm trying to part the sea of man for a woman.
I mean, what they're basically asking is for people to act guilty.
Yeah, basically.
I ain't acting guilty worth shit unless I fucked up, you know?
Yeah. I'm gonna act like a normal human being. I probably won't even notice that I'm catching up with a person if I'm gonna pass them.
Exactly. All they're gonna do is once you get next to them, clench up and just be aware of you being right there. They'll make sure they know you see them, and then you just keep going. That's
Yeah.
it.
Keep moving. Just go about your
Yeah, I've
business
done the
and
same
treat
thing
them
with
like
Normie.
humans.
If
Yeah,
I
I mean,
can't
they're
get a hold
feminists.
of
It's
certain
not like
people, I'll
anybody
call
wants to actually
Normie.
have sexual relations with them. I mean, for God's sake, they're practically unscrewable. You know, I'd have
Hey,
to.
Plain, you're
other
gonna
people
love
like
this one.
Yeah, treating other people like humans is my basic, objective in all things. That's what I do.
I agree, even if I don't like them.
I don't have to like them to treat them like humans. That's the thing, is they're acting like everyone has to treat each other like they're special, and frankly, they're not.
Clenching
Well,
up makes it
that's
hard for me to poo.
There's everybody.
Yeah,
What the fuck? Fucking
Yeah.
6.
Only the next 6 minutes.
Yeah.
that's how you make wiping more difficult. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Ain't nobody got time for that. Just let her rip. Bite the lip and let her rip.
Nope.
Anyways, Plain, you're gonna love this one. Number 12. Teach your elders to do better. An old-fashioned sexist or racist comment might seem harmless from your beloved elder relative at a family gathering, but as a people enter healthcare systems, they are generally cared for by women and POC who don't deserve dehumanizing treatment because please not call out sexist, racist, or homophobic terms at all ages.
As part of the collective, it is your duty to correct everybody else.
Oh,
Just an
great,
aside
Mouse.
here, does anybody else see it the same way as I do, that the switch to the term people of color is specifically designed to make people uncomfortable with its similarity to colored people?
Yep.
I used to always use POC as an acronym for piece of crap.
I still do. I didn't until they started using it.
They took it back.
I took it
These
back.
people are gonna hate it when I'm in a retirement home because I'm gonna be a grumpy motherfucker. And be like,
You already are.
Protestant son of a whore.
That's your default.
Aborted, and then they're gonna go hang themselves, and I'm gonna laugh as they choke on their last breath. And then they're not gonna know if they should put me in an insane asylum because I'm an old man in a wheelchair.
No. What you got to do is you got to get that last nut shot in while you're at it.
You got to get those testicles rolling downhill.
Well,
Yeah.
they're feminist. I
You
don't know
see
if
them rolling, they hating,
Exactly.
I mean, if it's one of their beta minions, yeah, I'll totally get a nut shot. But I mean, this is feminists we're talking about. Like, are we going to take care of you when you're old? It's like, oh, trust me, you don't want to take
The
care of me
feminists
when
with testicles are the ones you really ought to be shooting in the nuts. They're the ones that are most likely to turn out to be sexual predators.
Yeah. But
Oh,
do you
God,
think
I
they
didn't think
actually
about that.
have
Yeah.
nuts?
Ooh,
That's a
that's
good question.
creepy.
What was the question?
Something about nuts.
Do you
Sometimes
actually
you feel
think
like
they
a-
have nuts?
Well, I don't think Justin's had his removed yet.
Well, but he was never a male.
That's true.
Oh, I still have. That was the other video.
You know, it
Ugh.
actually would be very disturbing if feminists actually grew testicles or mutated themselves somehow through progressive medicine to give themselves testicles. 'Cause
Hey,
if they did, then
if
most
feminists
bodies
all
would
want to
start fucking
sterilize
up.
themselves, at least they won't be raising kids.
God, I hope not. If they start doing that, I will have to start shooting them in the nuts just to save humanity.
Well,
At
for
the age
some
of like
bizarre
80.
reason, CNN doesn't want me reading 13.
Uh-oh.
They're on to you, Sylvanas.
Exactly.
I scroll down and it skips 13 and goes to 14. I'll scroll up, and it'll go all the way up, back up to the top of the page.
The
Does not
Westboro
want me
Baptist
to read.
Church people have alerted CNN. You got to be mindful of this one.
It
They
does not want
identified
me
you as a
reading 13.
shitlord trollop.
They will make you an unperson, Sylvanas.
It does not want me reading 13.
And then 6
The
gets
feminists
bumped
will
off the
have to-
stream.
Nice.
Come on, let me have 13. That sounded wrong out of context.
That is a baker's dozen.
It is.
Oh, baker's dozen plus the baker. Oh my, that's quite the party you got going there,
Oh
Sylvanas.
my.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck me.
All that in a bag
This
of
isn't
chips.
that
Oh,
kind of
that's why you
stream.
got 13, right?
Oh.
Only on the chaos stream.
Only on
Fine.
chaos, baby. Only on chaos.
Fine, CNN. I won't read 13. Number
Just
14,
click the
because
page
CNN
and
hates
zero
me.
thing.
Accept your discomfort.
I do every
Change?
day.
Broken systems takes work, and it also feels good. Conversations about sexism, racism, transphobic privilege, culture appropriation, and other social issues are all related. Look up intersectionality to learn more. And
You said intersectionality.
This reminds me of Starship Troopers. Every time that they switch from one stream of propaganda to the other, they always say, "Would you like to know more?"
Yeah,
I know,
literally.
right? And
Oh,
these
God.
are complex issues that stir up our emotions, but discomfort is an important sign that we may have something new to learn. So, when discomfort arises around these topics, the best response is to accept that feeling and push through. Keep the discussion going until you no longer feel the discomfort.
Oh, I don't feel any discomfort. I just don't agree with their position.
Sounds like
now-
me on the can again.
Yeah.
Otika said that sounded like an ad for anal.
So I don't think I'm eating enough fiber.
That'll be for butt stuff.
Now, this article comes from Sanguine, but the reason I didn't put it in with Chaos News is it went kind of hand in hand with the last article. Hashtag I did that, hashtag him, though. Response to hashtag me too. Ask men to take accountability for sexual misconduct.
I would have to engage in some to feel accountable for it.
You see, this is why condoms are necessary, and people need to start using them.
Otika said that sounded like victim shaming to him.
It is.
I agree it is. Amid the ongoing access of the hashtag MeToo awareness campaign, Some women are criticized the viral hashtag for placing the burden of talking about sexual misconduct on its victims rather than its predators. I won't say Me Too feminist writer and activist Wangdang Sarah Wongking wrote, I think that's Chinese, that could be Japanese or Korean, not 100% sure, but I'm gonna go with Chinese. Just wrote,
Just wing it.
yeah. I know deep down it won't do anything. Men who need a certain threshold of survivors come forward to get in will never get in because the focus of victims and survivors instead of their assailants and imitators is something we need to change. Pause. Is she saying that men cannot be sexually assaulted?
Of course
Probably.
not.
Yeah,
Feminism.
I wouldn't put it past you.
Men are nothing. We are just simple, tools for your reproductive purposes and bitching and complaining and all that, Maoist feminist bullshit.
Men are always the aggressors.
Even if they're not, because Mao Zedong say so. For she beeth the greatest liberatoreth.
Even the little boys are being molested by older women. They're still the aggressors because they're male.
Exactly.
His Y chromosome.
Wang Xing wasn't alone in her frustrations. Volk's feminist writer Liz Plank called for a shift in conversation that would allow for men to join in the discussion and talk accountable for their actions. Oh my God, they're fucking saying men don't get sexually assaulted.
Liz
Yep,
Plank.
that's what they're saying.
Liz Plank is damn hot.
But she's
Yup.
fucking stupid.
Yeah, she's stupid, but she's hot.
I don't know who she is, so.
Yeah, I
Me
don't know who she is
too.
either.
I
Let
was
me see a
sexually
picture of this person.
Google. A
I will-
sexually assaulted bro, physical and verbal attack. Plank posted on Facebook. But what about him though? Who decided it was a women's job to fix men? Why is it the burden always on women? At the end of her
I
post,
refuse to get fixed.
Oh. Why such stupid questions? Why is the burden on women? Because we trust you and your titties, Dingus Khan.
I love how Plain doesn't take a moment to let the paragraph finish. The second he gets the lovely pun, he goes for it.
And it's not just you. I interrupt 6 at least as much.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying, I love how you don't sit there going patiently going, okay, when can I say something? The second that comes in, you're like, poof. I love it.
If I paused, I might filter myself.
Yeah.
Never filter yourself.
Exactly.
It's working for me so far. I haven't gotten kicked off the stream yet.
Well, it is our stream. The only one that would be able to kick you off would be me.
True. And I'm hosting tonight, which would be awkward.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you can't be on Chaos anymore. Oh, wait, we're on your channel. Fuck.
I think you're going to have to wait at least another 5 minutes for that one.
I sent you a picture of Liz Plank.
At the end of
Okay,
her
I'll check it out.
post, Plank
Let me check this out.
recommended a new hashtag. Hashtag him, though. Hashtag him
Wait.
and hashtag I did that are lateral hashtags that seeks the coverage in the exact same grounds and former asking men's first self-reflecting and determination if they have ever behaved in an unfair fashion to women. I'm done
That
reading
is
this fucking
very-
article. Oh my God. I'm gonna do another rant. This is I'm gonna have remind me to tell Yin Wolf about this stream because this is gonna have to go into the whole men's right because of what I'm about to say and what we're about to discuss.
Drop a bomb on us.
Go for it.
Rant,
The glasses are
rant.
off.
Men
Rant.
get fucking sexually harassed on a daily basis. Men have been drugged with Viagra and date rape drugs, so women can fucking rape them. It's a fucking thing. It is a fucking thing. But men refuse go underreported more than men and women. That for every one woman that goes unreported, there are 3 men that don't report their sexual. What does that say right there?
Oh, that's some
This is how you get Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah.
The reason for it is because if you were to say, I was raped by a female, they'll go, she's only 5 foot. How can you be raped by that?
You'd be amazed how many ways.
No, I know.
I've actually been accused of being a rapist at least 4 times. All by ex-girlfriends too. Do I strike you as a rapist?
Here's my favorite one. How can you be raped? You had sex. You should be glad you had sex. These are actual arguments from men I know that's been raped has heard. I'm sorry, but if a fatty's gonna sit on it and you don't want to see the fatty, it's still considered rape.
Yep.
Yeah.
I know people that was dead fucking asleep on a band bus and ended up being sexually assaulted. I know people that just got home from Iraq and ended up being raped. These are men. They can be sexually assaulted. They can be raped. And on top of that, look at the fucking billboards outside most of the time. They're guys with their shirts off, probably for some kind of product that has nothing to do with men.
Yep.
Usually, yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody remember that Diet Coke? Diet Coke ad.
There's a lot of Diet Coke ads with men without their shirts. There's one with a cowboy who's got no shirt on, is wearing jeans, his hat, his boots, and he takes a drink of the Diet Coke, and that's all you see.
Funny.
I'm going to share a link in my Discord to a post about rape.
It's
on my Tumblr. There you go.
Yeah, you want to know the funny thing? I don't know if you heard it earlier, but I've actually been accused of being a rapist.
I can believe it. I can believe every single one of you, including my husband and all my guy friends, has all been at least once accused of rape. You may know it, you may not know it. I bet money it's happened to every male.
Yeah, it pisses me off too.
It pisses me off too. And people like me who's actually been raped gets the whole little, are you sure you've been raped?
Yeah, with shit like that, you know when you get fucking raped, man.
There's a lot of people. There's actually a woman at my daughter's school, a mom, who says she's been raped, that she's never been raped, but she says it for attention. And it's came out by multiple people that she's never been raped and that she's doing it for attention. These are people that's actually got it recorded on their phone that she said this.
She's probably one of those disgusting fucks that has a rape fantasy.
I wouldn't put it past her. She's definitely a feminist, though.
You know what? That's the problem with feminists. They have rape fantasies, and then when they actually get them, then they kill that man and send him to jail and all that fucking stupid shit.
Somebody's buying those damn 50 Shades books.
Yeah.
God, that's the one thing that pisses me off. And that's also why I don't date Polish women that are, American Polish, because they will always accuse you of being a fucking rapist because they're fucking retarded. They got, the fucking, I don't know if like the Hans Cooper rapey genetic thing experimentation trickled down to them somehow, but they're like, oh yeah, that or it's just my shit luck.